Catlin, we can take care of all your fleet needs. We don't sell trucks, but we outfit them every day. Quality counts at Catlin for 100 years.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
It's important to maintain muscle health to avoid strains and tears. Make sure before activity to warm up for 10 minutes. After warming up, stretch for another 10 minutes to prepare the muscles for activity. Strength training will promote muscle growth and protect your bones and joints from stress. A healthy diet and hydration helps repair muscle tissue following a regular.
We can rush the passer and we can cover you, and we're going to get to your quarterback and we can stop the run.
Don't forget our coverage begins tonight at 3, beginning with the Coastal Equipment Kickoff Show featuring Hayes Carlyon, Lauren Brooks, and Tony Smith. 7:02 and 76 degrees, time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller. Stay tuned for more of the drill next on 1010XL.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! You know it! Yes, sir! Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah. Woo! I'm Joe Madden. Hell with Joe Madden, I say. Sorry, Mayor. Nothing like it. Sitting down to watch a ball club, and 6 runs later, it's the top of the first. That's always fun. Yes, we got game day here in Jacksonville, FLA. We've got weather bearing down on the state. We can expect an announcement on FSU Boise State around noon today would be my guess. My guess is
cancel it.
Move it up.
My guess is they bag it.
Yeah.
And again, that's a guess. It's not coming from anyone. I'm just going by they've really veered towards safety in these situations
Always got to go
for
towards
years.
safety.
But
Safety
more now it's the standard.
Yeah. And it depends with it being a Cat 3 now. When it makes landfall, bearing down all the models, not all, 80% of the models with the little stringies show it going in the middle of the state. Couple have it veering north, couple have it veering south. That remains to be seen. The two issues really, because what frustrates a football fan, and
it'll be sunny Saturday.
Correct. And it'll be like, why aren't we playing? Why aren't we playing? And then Sunday it'll be fine. And then finally Sunday night, it'll blow in here. And so they could have played it. They just don't like to clog up the interstates with football fans. That's number one. So,
well, yeah, because there could be people evacuating Saturday at the time that these people are showing
correct.
up.
So you have 50,000 people coming for your game, probably 30,000 out-of-towners, and they all want to go back home to the Panhandle, wherever they're headed. That's one. And then the other thing is you use a lot of first responders at football games where their needs will be needed elsewhere.
And the urgency here is exacerbated a little bit because Boise State's planning to travel today.
Yes.
Like some people say, well, I can't just wait till Friday or Saturday. Well, you got to give them time to get over here. And that's a big expense to bring everyone across the country. So
I hope, let me say it this way. I hope they don't bag it. I hope they play it
10 o'clock Saturday morning.
Yeah, at noon Saturday. Noon would be fine.
I'd be happy with that. I want to see that game.
It's not a TV issue, so they can
move it around.
Yeah, they can move it. So that's not the issue. So we'll see. And like I said, I think they're going to gather. You also have a new governor who's going to be safe first, and has already declared a state of emergency, which I think is the right thing to do. But the governor is in touch with the mayor, is in touch with Florida State officials, in touch with Jacksonville, in touch with Boise officials.
Sure.
And they'll all sit down and figure it out today.
I think there's also this collective. See, we are a lot more nonchalant about these storms than a lot of people. A lot of people really grind during these things a lot more than we do.
If you're from Boise, too, you're hearing, we're flying into a hurricane? What are we doing
Well,
here?
the point is, too, is,
doesn't seem safe.
Part of this, the specialness of the game is going to get lost on the distraction of people worrying about more important stuff.
Yeah. And I think, all right, so that's Saturday. Then you have the high schools on Friday. Again, I think they can get them in if they want to. What happens is, okay, so, for example, my son's team is supposed to be playing in Melbourne. Well, they're going to say, go ahead and evacuate starting Friday if you want, and then that gives the option to the kids who go to the school there if they want to leave. So I would suspect
that. Now, see, that would annoy me. I mean, you're 48 hours away from anything even hitting.
Totally understand. I mean, I hope they play, but we'll see.
I don't think that this is a storm whose path is going to cause these massive evacuations that we've seen during others, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe, we also don't live right on the water. I wonder how many hundreds of thousands of people live, within a half mile of the water in Florida. Now, those are the ones that do have to go, even if it's not a ferocious storm.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll continue to monitor as you are monitoring as well, and then today will be your respite, and we won't talk a lot about the Hurricanes unless we talk about Miami.
Well, we got the news. They got
or Carolina. We may talk about Carolina.
No, we won't talk about them at all.
Carolina Hurricane news?
No, not a bit.
What about Tulsa Golden?
What about
Tulsa Golden? Any news?
What about Gainesville High? Gainesville High School.
Purple.
The Purple Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
Purple rain.
Not necessarily the Purple Hurricanes. Maybe
not the purple. Yeah, they probably wouldn't go as Gainesville the Purple.
Maybe we can get Vernell or John L. on the show today. Former Purple Hurricanes.
Maybe.
What would you think of that?
Maybe we could get Vernon. Oh, he's Buchholz.
Yes.
Never mind.
What about
Why don't we get Samuel L.?
What about Brett Romberg?
Brett Romberg is a Miami Hurricane.
Yeah, we could get him on the show. What about Howard Twilley? Is he still with us?
Well, if we're going to get
he was a Tulsa Golden.
Yes, he was. If we're going to get a Hurricane, I'd probably shoot higher than Romberg, but I don't know where that came from. All of the Miami Hurricanes in history with these glowing references and Hall of Fames. He gives me Brett Romberg.
We cannot get Reuben Carter on the program. Sadly, he passed in
Reuben the Hurricane Carter.
Hurricane Reuben Carter.
Yeah.
Yes, he would not be available.
All right.
He passed.
Well, then we'll take him off the list, Beef. I know you were trying to get him.
Is there anyone else that we could possibly do?
Probably not.
No?
No need to speculate any further, I think.
Is Dorian a man or a woman?
A woman.
A woman. Yeah, I asked.
Well, it's very easy to find. Well, all you got to do is go look at the C and the E, and you'll know for sure. They bounce. Man, woman, man, woman, man, woman.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that little fun fact.
You didn't know that?
No. Why would I know that?
Yeah. Well, because we have hurricanes every year.
Jeff, you are correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
You are 100%, and the last hurricane was Hurricane Chantal. Before that was Hurricane Barry.
Whoa,
Dorian's all dude.
Chantal was a man.
Dorian's a dude.
So Chantal didn't we just
Chantal is a girl.
Correct. So is Dorian.
No, Dorian's a boy.
man.
I know, but my point is how weird that is. We just did the Dorian Chantal thing yesterday.
Yes.
Williams.
Our next one's Hurricane. We got.
What about that? Back to back.
We got a lot of androgynous names this year.
I think it was
Chanté. I do too, but you ruined a good story.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Dorian, we've got Aaron.
The only person who knows
with the E,
what we're
Jerry.
referring to as Coach Huds who's a listener to this program.
Well, so that's okay. No, there are sports fans in Jackson who remember who Dorian Williams is.
They might remember her, but they don't remember that she was Shantae.
She went from Dorian to Shantae.
Yes.
Yeah, not the other way. What did you just say, Beef?
I said we have a lot of androgynous type names.
Yeah, it's
on the Hurricane list.
It's the age of unisexuality.
Dorian, we have
perfect for
Aaron,
this year.
we have Jerry.
Yeah, perfect.
Listen, Storm,
Pat,
it
is there
doesn't
a
really
Pat?
matter what you are. You're just a storm.
Yes, that's
Van.
correct.
We got
You
Van.
can use the middle bathroom.
The
if you
storm may
need
be
to.
offended by that. Yeah.
Not to offend.
Ain't that the truth? Indeed. So anyway, Jaguars will play tonight. As much as you'd like to see that one postponed, it won't be.
No, I'm glad you asked because it leads us into our drill poll question of the day. And, of course, it's presented by Lockett Law DUI and Criminal Defense. Call Lee Lockett. Know before you blow. 858-9818. Best bet to make the Jags roster, gang. Trey McBride, Joe Giles-Harris, Breon Borders, or C.J. Board. Who would you pick of those four?
Who would I take?
Yeah.
What was the second one?
Joe Giles-Harris.
Yeah.
Breon Borders, C.J. Board, or Trey McBride.
I would go Board.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's, I'm not, I'd like to be a coach with all the intel on Board and McBride. I'm just throwing that.
What
out
if
there.
I told you, it's not an ESPN documentary, that all four might make the roster? Would you say no way?
Hey, I don't think Borders makes it.
Huh?
Again, these.
What if I told
I'm not
you?
going to pretend like I have any
These four Jaguars
say in the
have
bottom
a story
of the,
to
yeah.
tell.
Here's the thing, Hick.
Tonight.
This cracks me up a little bit this time of year between fans and media prognosticating the bottom of the roster. We don't have near enough intel to have any idea what they're going to do.
Oh, I have intel.
ESPN Films presents
you have no
Shallow
intel.
Depth.
You're Dan. You can look for Dan's intel. Dan is going to break all of the top
What if
stories
I
in
told
sports,
you?
all of the intel tonight on the ACC network. So Jacksonville, tune in there.
Oh.
You'll see Hick tonight. He is promising a blockbuster scandal like never before. Just watch ACC Network tonight here in Jacksonville, and you'll get all the dirty details. Understanding that ACC
One shout out on the
Network
1010
is not,
XL text
allowed
line.
here.
Built by Lifetime Enclosures. Love the Howard Twilley reference. So there you go.
Yeah, Howard Twilley, that's old school.
It's a nice pull. by
Howard
the way.
Twilley was a Dolphin, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Was he also a Cardinal, maybe?
I remember him as a Dolphin. You're thinking of Roger Worley now.
I might be.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Was
Yeah.
Twilley a receiver also?
Yes, he was.
And so was
Worley
Worley?
was a defensive back.
Was he?
Yes.
Also,
I'm a little kid then.
Yeah.
from the text line built by Lifetime Enclosures.
Yes, sir.
Great news for Joe U. At least finally, there's a hurricane that will make a touchdown.
Oh.
Miami scored plenty of
Bang,
touchdowns.
bang.
I'm not throwing any shade at Miami. They gave Florida everything they wanted on
Not right
Saturday.
now.
They played well. Dan made the best point
Thank you.
that he's made.
I don't like this tweet, Taylor Dahl. I don't need any more of this nonsense.
Dan made the best point that he's made in a couple of years.
Maybe.
When he said earlier this
Salient.
week that, Miami played great on Saturday night, but they can do that. Talk to me when they play North Carolina and there's not, a big state fan base and bragging rights up. So let's see. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
By the way, Miami, North Carolina on the ACC network, which is unavailable here in Jacksonville.
We don't have that?
Dude, FSU Virginia ACC network in 2 weeks.
How are we going to watch Clemson tonight?
Yeah, we're not.
We're not watching Clemson?
You're not. That's correct.
I'll be at the stadium,
Yeah,
but I'd like to watch Clemson.
Comcast might want to, add the ACC network to the 48,000 ridiculously ineffective
What is
channels
the
they have.
Is Comcast?
I don't know
Is
what the
there
holdup
some
is.
bickering or is it extra
Here's the
money?
problem:
What's
the dirty
deal?
secret right now in like cable television is how much we all pay for these terrible stations to even be on. In other words, Comcast has to pay ESPN like $5 for every subscriber. So that's why our deals go up so high. I guess that they want too much for ACC Network would be my guess.
Oh, dear.
But I don't know for sure.
That's
Let's
not
come back and attack some of the headlines with the 10-minute drill. I think we need to do that. Cat 3. We have a Cat 3 10-minute drill next on a Custom Tree Searches Thursday.
Downtime with Dan is brought to you by Ameris Bank and our team of mortgage experts. From down payment assistance options to specialty loan programs, we're with you.
All right, this is the night. This is the night that some athletes who've been playing football since they were 8, 9, 10 years old say goodbye to the game that they've grown up playing. It comes to an end for so many. It's kind of a sad night. It is a sad night. Think about it. 37 dudes will get cut. There'll be a lot of shifting and moving, but supply and demand here, gang, in the NFL. A lot of guys' careers come to a close this evening. Last go-round. Give it all you got, see what happens. Jags, Falcons play. Who's going to make the roster? Are we going to go with some young guys at some spots, or are we going to go with some veterans who have been through it before? It'll be decision time for Doug Marrone, staff, Coughlin, Caldwell, the gang, and we'll see what they do. Some of it based on how they perform this evening.
Hi, this is Scott Hall with Ameris Bank. At Ameris, we're dedicated to finding the best deals for our customers. We're also